Hello everybody, welcome to this video, which is a follow-up to the previous video I made about making a patch from scratch on the Kurzweil K2700 or PC4 or similar keyboards. Now after making that patch I found I had to tweak the sound because it was sounding muddy when I was playing it in a layer with the piano, which is what I typically do with this kind of sound. I tracked it down to sustain pedal modes, which I want to explain in this video. So I'm going to start from the program from the previous video. I'll show you the problem, I'll show you the fix, which I hope you'll find useful if you're creating your own programs, because you may encounter the same problem. This will be shorter than the other video, that was about 20 minutes long. So the program was a soft pad, as you can see on the display here, and here's what it sounds like by itself. That sounds fine, it's got a nice long decay which you'd expect from a soft pad of this sort, but I found that was causing a problem when I layered it with piano. The problem was that notes that I'd released were still sustaining for some reason, which didn't happen with the old Yamaha S80 patch, which I copied. I worked out that notes released on the keyboard and still decaying were being caught by the sustain pedal when it was depressed and continuing to play. So I'll show you what should happen with this simple piano sound. So what you're seeing on the screen now is a short MIDI clip that I've produced. It's got 4 successive chords with the sustain pedal depressed and released in between each chord and then held at the end. And so when you play it on a piano sound, this is what happens. And with the sustain pedal still depressed, it's the final chord that sustains, which is what you'd expect and what you want. So I'll show you what happened when I used it in a multi, which is a layer of the New Orleans piano which you just heard and the soft pad which I demonstrated earlier. And so if I play the same MIDI clip again, have a listen to what happens. So you can hear there's a whole mess of sound that's being sustained, which is coming from the soft pad, which is definitely not what we want. So I suspected it might be a sustain pedal setting. And if we go to the program, we'll have a look. So we'll edit this program and go into the layer page, which is where I found the setting. And if we just cursor down to the sustain pedal setting. Now currently it's set to on, and I'll show you the section of the manual, which is page 3-52. You may want to pause the video some other time to read the whole of it, but I'll summarize it anyway in my words. So when the sustain pedal setting is off, the layer doesn't respond to sustain messages. That's pretty obvious. When it's on, it sustains notes that are played or are already playing. So this includes notes that are in the release stage of their amp envelope, and that's why the pad is sounding muddy. Now there's a setting which is on to, which I'll change on the screen there, which is similar, but not for notes that are in the release stage. This is the key. They all continue fading, which is what we want. There is an on the free setting, which is more complicated, but I won't explain it here. It's for half pedaling piano techniques. So I've set this layer to on to. We need to do that for the remaining 3 layers. So I change to layer 2. We've selected layer 2. I'll change that to on 2. Layer 3, change it again. And finally layer 4. So they're now all set to the on to setting. I'm going to save that sound and exit from editing. We go back to the multi, and having edited the soft pad as a program, it also appears in here in the edited form. So once again, if I go back to the screen and do another recording after we've fixed the problem, this is what it sounds like. And you can hear it's just the final chord that's sustaining, which is exactly what we wanted. So we fixed the problem, and I hope that's been useful. you may be able to use it in your own patches. I prepared a PDF of the steps to create the soft pad for the previous video, and now I've amended that, and I think the amended version in the current video, so you're welcome to download that. Meanwhile, have a listen to music I produced on my YouTube channel. It's kind of smooth jazz with some experiments in ambient tracks. And I intend to produce some more short videos soon about K2700 setup as I go through setting up sounds for a new band and an upcoming gig. So thank you for watching to the end, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye.